Alright guys, here we are in front of Otis. Today we're going to be putting in the brake booster, but not the master cylinder yet, just because I haven't had a chance to bench bleed that yet. So the other day I covered the brake lines with foil just to keep dirt from getting in there, and then put some foil in the hole where the brake booster goes into, just to keep out any critters that might go in during the evening. Okay, new day working on Otis. We were going to put in the brake booster, the new one, which is right here, the other day when I took the old one out, but the hose I was sent was the incorrect size, so nobody in town actually had the correct one, so I went to Napa Auto Parts and was able to order in on Saturday an 11/32 hose, vacuum hose, and they had it here on Monday. So just gonna hook that up, do the hose, and wait on the master cylinder, just because I haven't had a chance to bench bleed that yet, and I doubt I'm gonna get to that tonight. So here we go. That stuff I believe was above it. Try not to mess with these brake lines too much. Well, I said it shouldn't be too hard, but these are awkward angles in here. There we go. All right, let me go check and see where we're at on the other side. All right, looks like it's through the hole with at least the metal rod that goes on the brake pedal. Now the rubber boot is a different story on there. Okay, I had to move the camera just because it was in the way of me trying to put this in here, and I am struggling for some reason, so hopefully we can get it. I'm thinking I'm gonna get this bottom through first rather than the top, and then it should go down. Yeah, I think I'm in the spot. Now, let's get those 4 bolts lined up and get this thing in there. Easier said than done. I wanted to check real quick to see if the bolt pattern was actually just a square and evenly spaced all around, because I'm not sure. I know when I removed the hose from here, it was about in that spot, but those bolts, they just don't look like they're lining up. And then I know the master cylinder was this way. So what is going on? All right, so I had to turn this a little bit more because I remembered with the master cylinder that these two were horizontal like this from each other, not up and down. So did that, managed to get the, God, I don't like how that sits up. All right, cool. Once I get that screwed in, that'll tighten back a little bit. So the plastic piece that's on here won't be against this hose, or it won't be pressing against it. So let me go ahead on the other side. We'll get that done. All right, now we're on the other side of the firewall. Gonna screw those 4 bolts back in. If I remember right, they are 9/16. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, 9/16. Okay. Let's get all 4 of them started first. All right, let's tighten these down. Man, you think putting some nuts back on would be the easiest job, but there is no room in here. And the brake pedal keeps getting in the way. All right, we're on the last screw of the 4. Once we do this, tighten them all down, one last ratchet. All right, I think we got it. Probably can't see it, but this hose has to go back onto this right here, and that looks like it might be another challenge in itself.
I did buy some new clamps, so once I get it on there, I can clamp it down. Right, it's getting on there slowly. Clamp it down. All right, I think we got it. All right, we got that clamp on the hose on the brake booster. So I did buy 3 feet of hose. We definitely don't need all 3 feet, but I just wanted to overshoot rather than undershoot since I had to special order this in. And then it's gonna connect back there where you see that foil. And we're gonna go do that next. Let's go. All right, as I mentioned, I definitely bought too much hose, but I'd rather have that than not enough. But this hose here, I got to cut, and it's got to go on here, this piece right here. I'm gonna leave a little bit of slack so it can move with the vehicle if needed. Let's see. And I did buy another clamp I got to put on for that. If I could get 2 hands in there, that'd be great, but it's kind of difficult. There we go. Next up, we got to actually get the brake pedal reconnected with the brake lights, the booster itself. Here we go. We saved the plastic O-ring and that little flanged ring from when we removed the brake booster and brake light off the brake pedal itself. So now we're just going to put that back. Let's see if we can see it. Back up here. All right, those 2 pieces need to go back up right here, right above where the brake booster actuator is at. That actually needs to turn now because it's the wrong direction. So let's do that. All right, let me reposition this camera here to see if I can get 2 hands free while I do this. So I tried rewatching the video when I took it apart, and I think the flange piece goes on first. So the one side is open and the other side is not. So this essentially goes between the flange, or the flange piece goes between this. This slides on and then should go over that post. All right. And then it was the O-ring. Oh wait, I'm missing something here. Let's see. All right, let's try this again. I actually just had to take it back apart because I did it wrong to begin with. So the brake booster actuator needs to get on here. Then, if my video memory is correct, the flange piece would go on next. And then this little switch, I think the brake booster needs to go in between this piece. There we go. That's what needed to happen. So one side is open, so I believe that's going to go over this while the other one actually slides over the post itself, then the plastic O-ring, and then the pin. All right, after messing around with this for quite a long time, The little switch here does go over the brake booster actuator and the little flanged nut that was there, or flanged ring. So now everything is on. I just got to put the plastic O-ring back in, or back on, and then somehow get this little pin on back there. I might try to do it reverse from what they had last time, because it'll make it easier to get off the next time. Let's see. Is this tiny little red pin. Holy crap, I may have actually got it on the first shot here. Let's see. Not all the way. There we go. Perfect. All right. Looks like it works. Okay. I still need to bench bleed the master cylinder before I install that. And I'm losing daylight for today, so we're going to call it a night. And I guess we're going to have a part 3 of this.